Kogi Governor Yahaya Bello today has exposed those behind the NSAS protest across the country. Speaking on a broadcast, he made it very clear that the intentions of the sponsors of the NSAS protest is to disrupt the mindset of the people against the 2023 presidential election. Why are you trying to say disrupt the mindset? Because the mindset that you've clearly manipulated into thinking that your government is the best have now turned against you and your tactics, and now you're scared because the people are realizing their rights and they know, and you are scared that you'll be out of your position because you're stealing a lot of money and it's getting so big like his nose. As the governor of Kogi State clearly stated in an interview with Channels TV, this is 2023 playing out by a few individuals who felt they can continue to use us in this country. The fact is that you have been using the people and be lying to them and extorting them of their money and not building infrastructure and public facilities in Kogi State, and now why are you crying? You're basically just doing damage control because you don't want to be under public scrutiny like the way Tinubu and Sanwo-Olu and also Fashola right now are under scrutiny. He said that these few individuals, which he cannot disclose their names, don't mean well for Nigerians. But do you mean well in your power of office? But are just blinded by their own lust and greed for wealth. And as such, Nigerians should know this and act right at the time. That time will tell the genuinity of these few individuals piloting and sponsoring the NSAS protest. The NSAS protest wasn't sponsored. There's no leader, and that is what is aggravating you guys. You are trying to make a leader, trying to make false narratives. The fact is, this time around, you can't read the people, and your manipulative tactics are not working. So you are literally so scared, trying to do damage control and push in different narratives, but that is not going to happen because the fact is that Nigerians are realizing their rights, and you are scared that the people will turn against you. This man is basically doing damage control. Before, he was saying that he did not sign any agreements to take money from the World Bank, but then Buhari gave you 1 billion naira. So this man has so many inconsistencies, and it seems as though this man is literally getting so scared. He also said that Nigerians, let me tell you what is happening today. This so-called NSAS, exactly, you are basically condescending. In a condescending tone, you are saying this so-called NSAS. No, the NSAS movement has allowed for other issues that have been swept under the rug to basically come to light, and you don't want to fix them because you are still stealing a lot of money. We're going to catch you one day as well. He says this so-called NSAS is politically motivated, whether anybody says it or not. I am saying it once again, and you can quote me anywhere and any day, and I will prove it to you. Why can't you prove it now by mentioning their names and the sponsors? Prove it. He also added that the demands of the protesters have been met by the federal government, and still the protesters are on the streets causing mayhem and havoc in the country. Wow. This man, I think he needs to be impeached with immediate effect because he's growing wings. He said that the motive behind the NSAS protest was genuine at first, but it is politically manipulated. Wow. You want to talk about political manipulation, so tell us how you got into office, whether it was not politically manipulated. He urged Nigerians not to be gullible. But the same gullible minds you've manipulated to get into your office. So what is your point? He urged Nigerians not to be gullible to political interests that would jeopardize the peace of the country. Really? Really? So what moral ground, what stance do you have that makes you feel like you have every audacity and every right to mention what political manipulation is, and how NSAS protest, this so-called NSAS protest, is basically politically manipulated? He's basically doing damage control, and the fact is, since you're talking too much, you're getting scared, maybe you are next, that you're the next person on Twitter that would actually be run and dragged like generator, like dragged on Twitter, since you're growing wings. Because this man has been too vocal. What are you trying to hide? Well, the first comment here says, Bello, it is safer to mind what you say now in public because Nigeria is moving under your feet. And the likes of you should be careful. If you are sensible, start to amend your ways. That's why he's doing damage control with your people, because they'll come for you when you leave office and nobody will help you. That's the thing. Why basically he's so selfish that he's saying the NSAS protest is basically making people so aware of their right to vote, because in 2023 he knows that the votes will not be in his favor because he has nothing to offer. So he's basically being threatened with the fact that people right now are being conscious of the power that they have in voting, and that in 2023 Nigerians will not take it easy on them. That is basically why he's being so scared. Someone says, "You are a fool. If this country is on the right track, can someone like Yahaya Bello come out openly to talk about this nonsense? But the country is already sick. God will heal this country and overthrow all of you that is causing problems in this land." Wow. But the thing is, Yahaya Bello, I don't know if he's that popular or anything in Kogi State. The main thing is he has no moral ground to talk about the NSAS movement, and it is condescending and gaslighting for you to say that Nigerians don't deserve enough by just saying, "Oh, the NSAS protest, the government has met up to their demands, so they should stop." Absolutely not. Because if you got into power fairly and you are sure that the people put you in power, you are there to serve them, and so whatever they demand, it is your job to make sure that it happens, not telling us what limits we should have in terms of our demands. Absolutely not. The youth have woken up and we are coming for all of you corrupt politicians. That process was just a warning. You will see more of that very soon. Except you people change your attitude towards the youth and development of our great country. The fact is, we don't want you anymore because all of you guys are planned. The godfatherism is absolutely still there. We are no different than other countries that has been ruled for like 35 years. They just give us different faces to basically make us think as if we have a choice, when truly we actually don't have a choice. So Mr. Yahaya Bello, you better fix up. Whether you fix up or not, you're going to be thrown out of power anyway. So you've been, by Nigerians, you are put in the same category as corrupt politicians because you haven't proven to the Kogi State people that you have for them. The infrastructure has not been good. The country, the state is basically not as good as any other state in Nigeria. So I don't understand. Mr. Yahaya Bello, you are next. If you're still talking, you're going to be next under public scrutiny, and you will not like it. Whether I like it or not, we're going to drag you like Tiger Generator, and basically you'll be out. You and your colleagues will be out. Well, put what you think about this in the comment section. What do you believe Yahaya Bello's tactic is, because he's been vocal recently, and what do you think about him talking about the NSAS process in a condescending manner, saying that it is politically manipulative against the 2023 elections? Also, do not forget to like and subscribe.